pigeon stretch with upper extremity reach. I have a 12-inch box sitting on top of a bench here that the bench sits at about 18 inches. I actually have the bench set up like this on purpose to allow a little bit of the tilt in the box. Just be mindful if you set something up like this that it's unstable. I don't want anyone to fall and get hurt. It's safer to use like the edge of a bed to begin with. The reason I like this to allow a little bit of a tilt is it helps kind of follow my hip. So if I have really, really limited external rotation, but I want to be able to get into enough hip flexion, putting a box on top of a surface that's a little bit more narrow allows the box to tilt a little bit. So when I get set up, I'm going into that pigeon position. The more aggressive position is going to be if you look down at your leg, having that knee bent to a 90, you'll automatically feel an increased stretch into your hip. And then from here, the upper extremity reach is going to be coming across at a diagonal, reaching over my lead hip, and then coming back out of it. I can make this more dynamic to where as I start to reach, I bend my right knee and sink into more hip flexion. And as I'm coming into more hip flexion on the left, I'm reaching across my body, which is bringing me into more hip flexion as well. So we're combining motions and creating motions from different parts of our body, which is going to increase the load of the stretch into the hip. The more diagonally you rotate, that's going to create relative left hip internal rotation or left pelvis rotation, which is going to stretch my hip external rotators, those being the glutes. So again, as I come down, I can go into a little bit of a right knee bend, reach across my body, turn my shoulders to the left, come back out of it. A less aggressive version would be lowering the box height, so you're not up as high, and then using a softer surface so it allows your foot or your leg to move out of a little bit of external rotation. The more external rotation I go into, the more aggressive that's going to be into the hip.